Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Remote PE Teacher YouTube channel. I'm Lee Weber at Rose Hill High School, and wanted to show you today an idea I had coming up with something you could use remotely with your kids that you're teaching remotely in PE. What I've got here is what I call a skill acquisition sheet. All right, so um, if we're teaching kids remotely, we're not able to sit and do some of the demonstration and guided practice that we would do in a regular PE classroom. That doesn't mean we can't teach and learn and work on those skills. And so what I've created here is kind of a master guide, an example, I should say, on how to create a formative assessment. And this can be for any skill that a student could perform on their own. Obviously, some team skills wouldn't fit in there. Because you'll need a partner or something like that. But I think there are some definite applications in the PE world that we can use. So I'm going to use a really easy one, a dance. Okay? So a dance is something that some of us teach, and I think that this has a perfect application to teach a skill. You could do a push-up. You could do some other physical skill, throwing a ball, things like that. I think there's applications there. So you decide what skill you want to have. I'm providing with a framework. Again, if you want this exact format, if you subscribe to my Google Drive folder, $10 on Venmo or Cash App, and all my information is in my YouTube channel header. I have this already set up for you. You can just steal from me. Well, actually, you're paying for it, so you're not really stealing. But you can have this and make a copy for yourself and then create your own skill acquisition formative assessments. All right, so first thing I'm going to do up here, I'm very obsessive compulsive, so I noticed I misspelled acquisition wrong in the title. Okay, so what we have here is it's a formative assessment over skill acquisition. So we have a quick overview of the skill, and what we're going to use today is the electric slide. So I have a quick overview of the electric slide, and I always source out my information. I have a printable step-by-step instructions on how to do the electric slide that you can find right here. So it has kind of a, I got this from I Love to Know, you love to know. So it kind of gives a little explanation just so they can kind of see it, maybe see step broke down. And then the other thing I thought is always great to use, there's YouTube videos for everything. I found a YouTube video over how to do the electric slide. It's a couple minutes long, so the kids can watch that. So there's your teaching aspect if you don't want to teach it yourself through some kind of screencast or videotape yourself. You can find something like this. I know you can find how to do a good push-up, how to squat, how to throw a ball. You can find videos over that if you don't want to create your own. I encourage you to create your own so you can interact with your students. For me, I thought this was the easiest way to show everybody, so I included this YouTube video. And you can see some of my other YouTube videos to figure out how to insert a video like this with this icon. And this is just a screenshot and icon, and then it's clicked. If I click here, you can see it's linked to the video, the electric slide video. Next thing I included, which I think is very important, is a rubric. So I found this rubric and did some tweaking for it myself. And again, obsessive compulsive. All right, so I have the rubric and I have it here so that I can use it later on to copy and paste things in, and the kids know how they're graded. Okay, so it's important to know how they're graded before they do that. And then what we have down here is 3 attempts. All right, so right here, attempt number 1 tells them, after reading all the materials, watching the video yourself attempting the skill and drop it in this box. And you may have to instruct them on how to drop it in the box. I don't think you have to instruct them how to videotape themselves. The world of TikTok and all things like that, I think kids know how to make a video themselves. You might have to help explain to them that to get it in this Google form, they might have to send it to themselves via email, save it on their computer, airdrop it, something like that. But they've got to figure out a way to get it into this Google Doc. And so really here on a computer, what you do is just insert a image, and you can upload from computer, and there you could upload your video, okay, or you could just drop it in there, copy and paste it in there. Okay, so teacher feedback. So this is where you're going to type. So what we've done here, and this is how I envision it, is in Google Classroom, I've assigned each student this document. And so in Google Classroom, if you do it correctly, okay, and you assign each kid one of these documents, it'll come up here and it'll say skill acquisition, and then the kid's name and what hour they're in or whatever period, however you designate your classes. Okay, so it'll make a separate document for each of these kids. And so what they will do is they will turn it in. And I like to keep all of this stuff on the same document. I know in Google Classroom you could comment on the assignment, but I kind of like doing it in here. So we drop it in here, then you're going to come back and put your feedback, whether you write your own paragraph or a couple key points, or whether you take some things from up here in the rubric. You could do that. And it might be good. You make your decision on how you're grading, and obviously you can change the points and whatever. Whether you want to kind of tell them where they're at overall. So if they're a 1, needs improvement, you might say you're a 1 because you've got this. Other people may not want to tell them their grade yet. They'll just kind of give them the feedback. And then after the reading the feedback, they're going to watching all the materials. Sorry, I put watching all the materials. I need to copy and paste this over. Sorry. I kind of copy and paste here. So we're going to put this one back here. So after reading teacher feedback and practicing, video yourself again attempting the dance and drop it in this box. And what I'm going to put here is I'm going to put skill because I want to use this over and over again. Okay, so we want to put the word skill in here, and you could replace it with dance. Okay, so again, they drop it in here. You watch it as a teacher, and then you come back and put your feedback again. And then we have a final attempt. They're going to do that, and the teacher gives final feedback and then their final grade in here. And so what you've done is collaborate back and forth with them. It's kind of a formative assessment. They try it. You give them ways to improve, ways to get higher on the rubric, points they need to work on, and it works just like any other formative assessment. And I think it will work really well for a number of skills. So if you got some out there, you figure some out, and you want to share those back with me, I'd sure appreciate it. Again, this will be in my Google Drive folder. If you want to take this and copy it and make it your own, you can do so. As we go, I do not teach dance or regular physical education right now. I've done it for 20 years. I'm strictly now a strength and conditioning teacher. And so the ones that you see beyond this one that I will put in here for my own students, if we happen to go remote, we're in person right now, they'll be more geared toward fitness, personal fitness, strength and conditioning, things like that. But I think you can all make this your own and do whatever you'd like it to do, just changing up some keywords in here. I think just a couple simple copy and paste and change the words. And I've tried to make some of these things, like down here where I put skill, you wouldn't have to change that. You could actually use this over and over again. And then you could kind of, you'll have to do some work on the rubric. I actually just found this rubric. Somebody made it already, and I kind of made it my own. So best of luck to you. I'll try to have some new videos coming out next week. All right, thanks.